Isn't this how we all wake up in the morning? Just come out fluttering?
Well, good morning from the ridge.
Good morning.
It's a little later for us. We're still kind of recovering.
Yeah, but definitely it's catching up.
Did something just turn up one of my squash? Do you see that?
There's several of them dug up.
I'll be darned. I'll have to check that out.
Guess we'll have to be checking for rodents. There's always something.
Yeah. Anyway, guys.
It's a great part about being at the homestead, though, is
Goodness.
watching the things that you've planted grow, watching the animals that you've gotten grow, and just everywhere you look around, whether you're, whether it's weeds or actual plants, but
Animals and that kind of such. Yeah.
we definitely getting a later start. We've been up for a while. We just finally decided to grab the camera, come down and do our coffee chat. This is round 2 for us already, because
do our chores and
yeah, we kind of wanted to talk this morning. I know we've touched it several times before, probably, or at least a couple times we've mentioned it a little bit, was mental health days. Yesterday was that for us. We still recovering from the weekend event. I know everybody's talking about it throughout all the channels, because it was an amazing time. We're excited to do it again, and we've got another one coming up that and the event itself was awesome.
yeah.
And that really didn't provide any exhaustion other than trying, mentally, from trying to just remember names,
And we're gonna follow that up with some name drops here coming up, just because we want to. And when we did our last video, we were still reeling from the weekend, and we didn't want to botch anything. So
yeah, so the weekend, like I said, it was exciting and mentally exhausting, just because you're trying to remember who's who, and put in actual names to channel names and that kind of stuff. But I think all of our exhaustion, which we knew was gonna come, was for the work up to it. We've got the videos out now that they just come out the last 2 days. Finally got those edited and put out for you to go watch over on the main channel. It was a lot of work, and I know the one that just come out, well, this morning, we worked until it was dark.
Yeah.
It was, and it still wasn't as far as we were hoping for, but it's a lot farther along. I mean, that was kind of a good butt kick. We've been dragging a little bit just because, the projects are not going anywhere, right? The homestead's here, we're here, you can always put it off to the next day, and then put it off to the next day, but
then things end up taking a lot longer, and
that causes a frustration with us, because then we're like, man, we really wish we were further along, and then we'll go back and second guess ourselves about, well, did we really need to take that day and go do something not homestead related, or but at the end of the day, the answer is yes, we did need to do that. And we get reminders all the time, especially now with a bunch of new subscribers and stuff with the main channel, and we read every single comment that comes through on that channel. Well, any of them, really.
yeah.
Because we love the interaction. And I was actually, just before we came down here, somebody had commented they just found the channel and they were watching our first video, and I watched it, and oh, it was so awesome. Like,
It's crazy.
Just looking at, and that's what I guess the great part about, and part of why we even started this YouTube adventure, was being able to go back and, keeping our friends and family and everybody updated what we're doing, but for us to go back and reflect. And some days you need that. You need to be able to go back and look. And when you're beating yourself up about, well, why didn't I get this? All the why didn'ts. Everybody is so, why didn't? But then go back and look at the positives. What did you do? Yeah. And like I said, we go back and look, and it's, 6 months ago that the amount of change on this property and with us in 6 months time is just crazy to think about.
Makes me excited for the next 6 months. It's hard to see the progress when you're in the progress.
Right.
But when you've completed the progress, or you're at the end of that day and you can reflect back and see it, it's an awesome feeling.
Yeah.
For sure.
And so, take those days and whenever you find yourself wanting to be down about what you didn't get done, flip your brain, and start looking at, okay, well, I might not have got this whole list of things done. And if you're a list person, or put it down somewhere, look at that list and see, okay, well, I didn't get this, and this, and this done. But next to that list, then put the what I did get done's, or look at how many things you did scratch off, and then remember the process it took to get those things scratched off. Because we find it all the time where it seems like it's a small, simple project. Throw some block down and fill it with some dirt, right? Like,
which I'm still feeling the pain from that.
That should take anybody, 5-minute job, but it's not. You got to get the brick. You got to, I won't step by step it for you, but it is, and it turns into a half a day project. And in your brain,
we're not 20 anymore.
Yeah, and in your brain you think, hey, that should have only taken me 20 minutes, but the project's done, or better than what it was. Something's better than nothing. And some days you just have to take those little rewards, to outweigh, what you want at the end, because, we tell ourselves all the time, Rome wasn't built in a day, and we want our homestead at our homestead level. But it's going to take time to get it there. And we've done an incredibly lot, I guess patting ourselves on the back, because everybody needs a good reminder once in a while, like, man, I wish this was done, I wish that was done, and I've got so much more stuff coming up. How am I going to do all this? Well, you don't have to do it all in a day. There's certain times in projects, like we needed to get what we got done in the kitchen of the tiny house in order to get some of the stuff out of the camper. And, but even in that process, and I think it caught in one of the videos, was, I messed up, y'all. I totally prepared to put my water lines for the kitchen sink. I drilled the holes through the sill plate and everything to run water lines and stub them out so that I wasn't having more lines. Like, I knew a sewer line would have to go through the floor, but I wanted the water lines in the walls where they were wrapped in insulation. And we got so busy and wrapped up and putting up drywall and trying to get that part of it done, because we were looking at the bigger picture. Hey, we've got a camper, we've got to get ready to go. And I put drywall over it. So I may try to still stub it through. I've got a little fishing tool that I could probably run the line through, but in all honesty, I'll probably get under the house, spray those two holes. I mean, they were 3/4 inch holes for 1/2 inch PEX lines, so
oh, there's a salamander.
Probably gonna just fill them in with spray foam, call it good, and when I do the sewer drain lines, I'll just run the water lines through the floor. So, and I did catch it. There was one, we didn't get it in video, and I couldn't remember if we did or not. And we had put a sheet up by where the laundry room switch and stuff is gonna go, and had all the wire in it. Was good. We put the drywall up. Luckily, Mama hadn't got that far to mudding, and had to pull that sheet back down because I had all the lines to go to outlets and go to a light and do this, but I didn't have wire running there to power it all. That whole wall is getting powered, off one line breaker that's gonna come across there, and that's all part of the bathroom stuff that we got to get done. So don't be afraid to go back either. I mean, there's times that sometimes you got to step backwards to go forwards. And I know it doesn't make sense in progress wise, but if you don't, you're gonna make so much extra work for yourself later on. So big thing with this video, we kind of talked walking down, was like, what are we gonna talk about? And it's those mental health days. You know, your mentality, you know, obviously aging, not that we're considered old by any means, but you know,
I'm hitting the big 5 this year.
We're old souls, if anything, and our bodies feel it. You know, this is, and we love it. We wouldn't trade this for the world. Nothing.
No.
There's no 9-to-5 job or even a vacation that could outweigh the gratification and satisfaction that we get from being here and knowing that, one, we've built it all, and two, that it's ours, and all this hard work we're gonna put in right now,
It's gonna pay off.
it's gonna pay off, and we
eating
know
salads
that.
every day is pretty amazing too. I love it.
Eating food that you grew, it just tastes better. And
Speaking of food we grew, so yesterday on our mental health day, we hit up all of our little favorite thrift shops. They had a donation from Walmart, which is super cool because typically Walmart doesn't donate to it's a little domestic violence supporting thrift shop. And they donated boxes upon boxes of seeds. They were selling the seed packets, and they're current 4 for $1. You guys, I stood there for 20 minutes going through, and I walked out.
it was $40-some, y'all. So you do the math, because we know I'm not.
46. It was $46 or $47 worth
of seed packets by the time we counted them
I
out.
got every perennial. I mean, I only got a couple of annual packets because those are ones that, you know, I love petunias. So I'll start those in the fall or in the winter this coming up winter. But everything else I bought was perennial or vegetable. Tons of herbs. So
yeah, and for us, I mean, you know, seed planting is over. There are a few, I think she said she can still get in and maybe we can grow, but
mainly herbs.
it's that future, you know, that future proofing yourself. You know, we still had quite a few seeds left from everything we planted this year, and
lots.
You know, use everything you do as a lesson, right? So 300 and some tomato plants, y'all, for
which we're gonna work on some of that today. So,
but we didn't expect, not knowing, being our first time doing a greenhouse, not our first time planting from seed, but doing it in a greenhouse that early. We didn't know what would germinate and what wouldn't. Yeah, and
surprise, surprise, surprise.
Mama made her own concoction of soil to start them in, and we had some pre-bought stuff. Like, you know, we kept track of everything that we did so that we know. You've got to learn and you've got to grow every day, every year, every minute. You know, you should be learning something. If you're not, then, you know, what are you doing? You know, reevaluate what you got going on.
Because my goal is to be able to utilize the greenhouse this winter and be able to provide us a perpetual patch of lettuces, broccolis, cauliflowers throughout the whole winter. I don't know what that looks like. I've never done it before. There's another salamander. In the mornings, the salamanders are all over the place. But so yeah, it'll be a learning experience. But thankfully, I got tons of lettuce seeds for $4
Right.
It's just crazy.
Yeah. So,
crazy.
and it's those random deals. I mean, like you said, we took that mental health day for us, and that was, you know, a lot of it was, you know, it doesn't seem, you know, 4-hour drive to get back from the camp event, because that was 4 hours away, and you know, that's a lot of seat time, and that's a lot of immobility, I guess is the word, right? That actually probably hurts my body more than shoveling a whole flower bed full of dirt.
Yeah, I didn't sleep all last night.
That sitting still, and then I had to turn around and had to go to Little Rock, and that's
Another
a 3-hour one-way ride for an appointment. So I got the miles on. I'm starting to feel like David. Like nothing but driving. So yeah, it's just, and yes, yesterday involved some driving, but it was local driving, and we were only in the vehicle for the longest drives to get to town. So
got some
and that's,
really cool things, as if we needed anything else.
But getting out,
yeah.
walking, we found a couple different stores.
It's kind of a date day for us, just kind of a chance to regroup, and of course we came home and prepared ourselves for all of our friends' lives that we did last night, and that's super awesome. We have a live coming up Thursday on the main channel, and then Memorial Day we've got a triple gang live coming up between us, It's All Grady, and Tilted K Homestead, and we'll be celebrating the Memorial Day and doing a live collaboration there, and we got a lot of really cool stuff coming up. We're super excited.
Yeah, and it's managing that. We met some awesomely great people at the meetup, and for us it makes it the live thing is kind of new to us, and we're still figuring it out, and a lot of times, like even the channels we've been watching for a while, we never really got on there live, one, because
we didn't know what that was.
You can listen to them, but then there's so much more information down in the comments, and when you get into those really, really big channels that are 100,000 plus or something like
it's hard
that
to keep up.
Yeah, there's several hundred people in this chat room while they're talking and they're live, and just it's 100 mile an hour. So trying to keep up with comments, but now that we know quite a few bigger channels now,
Sorry, I was cracking my knuckles when I hit him.
We get in and throw in our 2 cents, but it's different because we know them, and that's something that we've talked about in our videos, and that's something that we're staying true to, because it's not a gimmick. We're who we are. We're not just this face on YouTube that we make up every day, and we're throwing a camera up to watch what we're doing and how we're doing it anyway. So, and
if y'all could have known me before we started the channel, to actually be on a camera this early in the morning with maybe a little lipstick on but nothing else done, that's growth for me, because I used to be so insecure and so worried about what other people thought, and I really had to get over that hump when we started the channel, and so it couldn't be more liberating for me that, y'all, this is what you get. I clean up good sometimes, but just the freedom to be able to be like, you know what, this is who we are, this is who I am, and you know what, if I don't feel like doing my hair and makeup on a day, but I'm still gonna get out there and work, I don't know, there's just something liberating with that. So I'm going through a lot of personal growth with the channel, and I'm glad y'all are along for the ride and to experience that. And there's always going to be haters, but for the most part, I'm liking this journey.
We don't even pay attention to them.
Yeah.
It's, there's not enough time. We don't have enough time on this earth to worry about all the negativity.
Or worry about
change it all and
think.
Be positive. Yeah. Your life's going to be better if you're positive. Those around you, if you're positive, because they'll feed off your energy, and it makes us so much gooder. Yeah. So, be positive, and when you feel yourself having negative thoughts or trying to beat yourself up about something, then find something good that you did do that day, because I know you did something good. And focus on that. Don't worry about, I wish I would have got this done. Well, then get up the next day and get that done.
And reset your priorities.
Yeah.
I could care less about a Coach purse. I just want a bumper crop of tomatoes. So, realigning your priorities. But no offense, if Coach purse is your thing, you by all means go out and get that. For me, I'd rather have a tomato. So. But we're going to wrap this up. We have tons of chores to get done this morning because we did this before we did chores. Well, I mean, the animals got fed, but we got some watering to do before the sun gets high. I got to figure out who dug up my squash. I don't know. And then we're going to get some more gardening stuff done today because now, I mean, I'd love to jump into the tiny house, but we still have 3 tables full of plants.
It's crazy.
To find places to put. So
yeah,
we're going to work on the other big flower bed on the other side, and we've got some pine left. We may just throw together some planter boxes.
We're figuring out as we go.
Yep. So thanks for going on the journey with us, guys, and we're just doing the best we can with what we got, which is a lot, and we're happy. So
absolutely
stay positive. Get out there and get something done, but take those mental health days so that you feel rejuvenated and motivated. Bop on over to our main channel. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Got some really cool collaboration stuff coming up. We're getting excited for that, and stick around. And thank you for sharing Coffee Chat with Chickens.
See ya.
Bye.